What's going on, guys? It's Mike Escorza here. It is Tuesday, February 4th, 12:01 p.m. Arizona time. So it's about 2 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, February 4th. And this is one of my first live recorded videos. Right now, today I'm only paper trading. I'm currently building up some capital to fund my live account. Been taking it pretty easy this year. I haven't really traded much. Had a tough finish to 2024. And so for the last couple weeks, I've been really just paper trading, hitting the punching bag, what I like to call it, and really just trying to get green and taking decisive profits and just really being patient with the market, understanding that it's not going anywhere. I made a lot of trades last year. I forget exactly how many. As I progress into this series on this channel, things will get better. I'll have video. Right now, I'm literally just doing this more for recording for my own, but I'll start sharing those types of stats with you guys as I go along. Really, ideally, this channel is mostly going to be live futures trading. That's really what I prefer to do. I will do some prop account stuff here as well. I know a lot of people are interested in that. I've had some experience with prop accounts, mostly this last year. So love to fill you guys in kind of on that. But I'd like to leverage some of those opportunities. But honestly, this last year, I would say really the last actually 8 months, I actually funded a live account back in July of 2023. And overall, have obviously not been profitable, but I've learned a ton just about futures trading, really coming over from options and just risk management overall, especially trading things like the NASDAQ, which can absolutely rip your face off. So I spent really honestly the last 8 to 9 months consistent, like trading good, bad, big wins, big losses. So gone through obviously a lot of the challenges that comes with as well. But ideally, I won't take up too much time really, other than just getting on the charts here. Ideally, I'm looking for 10 to 20 points. Right now, like I said, I'm going to trade the Nasdaq, and so far today we've had a overall pretty bullish day with some pullbacks that looks kind of trappy, like this one here. And so it's a little bit late in the day, 2 in the afternoon. As you see, we've been kind of consolidating in this range right here. Lots of wicks. This is a 1 minute chart on MNQ, but my Thinkorswim, which I'll pull up, is actually loaded up with NASDAQ NQ. And again, this is paper trading. I'm not capping here. I can even show you this here. It says simulated trading. I got no reason to cap. Like I said, I normally trade a live account, so I'm not too concerned about proving anything to anybody. People say, "Well, Mike, you're paper trading. It's the emotion and all this other stuff." I get that, but right now I'm literally hitting the punching bag. I'm hitting the punching bag, just like the athlete trains for months and months and months for one night, for one event, for one fight, for 1 hour of showtime, of performance, whatever it is. And so overall bullish day, coming off a couple of trap looking pullbacks, kind of choppy. Overall looking for just a long, if I could snipe 10 points. I might miss it. I've been looking at this since 620 and here we are at 640, so obviously could have taken that, but just going to be patient here. If we can get through the 40s here, I'd imagine it will at least take this through the 50s. I don't want to chase it, but I'd like to just get this and target some of this area into the 60s to 70s. We're just going to go for it. Let's see here. Normally I wouldn't like to buy on that type of green candle just because it was so big. But this has been chopping around, and shorts could be trapped here. If we come up at this level, I have a strong feeling that shorts will be exiting and getting out of this. But either way, I'm taking profit at known rejection. 46.50. I'm just going to go ahead and put a sell order out at 56, and then I'm going to stop looking at it and then just come over here and see what's happening. So 56, I'm waiting for this area. It looks like we're probably going to get it. I think this could push into the 680s. But we'll see. I feel like I've got a pretty safe trade on. I've got take profit at 21.56, 21.656. So if we could sweep this here, I'll be out. And that'll be 10 points. And yes, you know, you might say, well, it's a market order, and sometimes think or swim, you can get slipped a little bit on the entries. But overall, concept, bullish trend, after some trap patterns with no continuation, I would think there's lots of stops here. If we close this cup, do something this, then they're really in trouble, because then I'd be looking for something like this. Waiting for the cups to close is actually a safer long. We'll come in at 46. We're still kind of chopping around. I could have taken out at 52. Let's see. And you see this price action. That's what I was saying. I don't generally like buying long on those candles like that. Sometimes I feel like the liquidity is grabbed a little bit too soon. Sometimes I would almost rather just a slow grind. But we'll see what happens here. Just gonna let the trade play out. I am going to set a stop as well. Just at 35. So I've got my stop set as well at 35. There's a good chance we're going to take this. We'll see. Yep, I think we're going to take it. I don't like this. I would like to see more continuation. There's 350. There we go. That should take us out there. Again, common known rejection on this algorithm here. Just a very simple algorithm. Close out these. Okay, cool. And just like that, we got taken out. So a little $200 for 10 points. I've made some trades earlier in the day. And let's see if I can pull those up here. This is my paper account, like I'm saying. I've had these QQQ shares for a while. I just added 2 the other day. This is truly for just novelty purposes. Truly just novelty purposes, and seeing, you know, what your money could do over time. My average price is at $4.80 on these. Up 6%. $509 total. And then today, NQ, it only says 200. Maybe it's because it's a different account. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the other one. So I guess I was trading this last trade in a different account. So this is from this morning, 690. I made a handful of trades. I think maybe 3 or 4. Won a couple, lost a couple, kind of getting chopped around, and then made a decent trade at the end of the day. Another continuation long. I forget exactly where and what area, but anyway, glad we took profit where we did. Again, just at known resistance levels. This thing was pretty extended. Is in this channel though, this pretty grindy kind of buying channel. So really this is what I bought here, this little dip. Overall bullish trend. It's actually safer to wait for this for cups to close, because what I've been told and taught is that once the cups are closed, it's a true sign that anyone that shorted this is freaking trapped. Anyone that shorted this triggered into all these shorts because of these big candles just chasing red candles, especially down here off the 5-day moving average, became liquidity. Just enough liquidity to pop this thing right back up, bounce off 21,558, basically 100 points. So that's what I'm saying. I was looking for just a pop here. Anybody that's trapped here, I'm guessing their stops, once we get to these cups closed, are going to be at the sell button. They're going to be wanting to get out of this position before we go higher. Who knows how high we go? There's 21,800 looming right above us. 21,700 seems like a tick away. 750. So up 248 points on the day, 1.16%. Overall bullish. I mean, you don't want to mess with this thing. I have been absolutely killed expecting the NASDAQ to pull back for me. Anyway, that was a quick little trade there. I'll be looking forward to shooting some more of these types of videos. Like I said, they're really just for personal development. I've made a lot of mistakes this last year, and I've also made a lot of really, really good progress, some really amazing trades, enough to keep myself in the game and understanding that I know what I'm doing. If I could just keep myself from making some of these dumb mistakes that traders are just, overall destined to make, I could actually be extremely, extremely profitable by doing this. So looking forward to getting back into my live account and really taking some live trades. I'm probably going to start with MNQ, which you see here on my chart is MNQ. I like to trade MNQ. I've never really had the capital to trade NQ other than on like prop firm challenges and things like that. But as I scale, I'm really just looking forward to growth, principles, discipline, really targeting that 10 to 40 points a day on the NASDAQ. And really the only difference is scale, so scaling one MNQ contract, one NQ contract. Overall, the objective of the trading day is to capture 10 to 40 points. And, the number is the number on the screen. The principle is in capturing the points, right? The profits will come with just the points. So it's another thing that I've been really breaking down into, is really just breaking down my targets and like into points, not figures, because if you get enough points, the profits are obviously there with it, and you start achieving, a lot of consistency. Is my opinion on that anyway. If we could just focus on cut and dry, boring principles, let's go get some points and let's get the hell out of here. So overall, I would say I've got plenty of points for me today. Let's see here. Obviously, we probably could have held on to this thing. It could go higher, but I'm really not concerned with that. You know what I mean? Where can you go make $200 in just a couple minutes? So I'm up 690 from this morning, and just took that trade with you guys there in this account for plus 200, which would be 10 points. Again, this is simulated trading. Got no reason to cap. I am hitting the punching bag. I'm practicing right now. Get some confidence back up before I go back into my live account, and am suspect to all the other different types of risk that live accounts coming with. You know what I mean? Because when you're live, you're live. So if your order's in a shitty place, you're probably going to get taken out. I am lucky enough that I don't trade enough size to really be too concerned with getting taken out or being chased out. But again, it's the same principles. I want to think, if I wouldn't take 100 contracts or 50 contracts or 20 contracts, why would I take one? Like what's really the purpose? When in this game, it only takes a certain amount of points, to really, really change your life. 20 points, 40 points, 20 points is $400. This range right here is 560 to 660. That's 100 points. Where in this range can you find 10, 20, 30, 40 points? In a matter of minutes, right? We go to work and we spend 8 hours or more at a job to make, $200, $250, depending on how much you're getting paid per hour. So if you can step into an environment where you can make $400 in literally less than a minute, with the right setup, or that much money or more over 10 to 15 minutes over it, you get my point here. I'm really focusing on waiting for the right setup and then having confidence to take size in that setup so I can go back on with my day and live a free life, right? Like live away from the charts. I'm happy that I spent a lot of time on the charts over the last year, year and a half especially, because I needed to learn all these things. I really needed to put in the live effort. I've traded more in the past month than I honestly have in the last year and a half. I'll be honest about that. And so really taking this concept of training, having patience. Old me would still be chasing this thing, and sure, it could keep going. Like I said, we're probably going to go to 680. We're going to take out this liquidity. I took profit like around here for 10 points. I think I bought this candle here. So we could bid up, 30 points. But this little concept of cups closing and really trapping everybody, especially off of a really strong bounce off of the 5-day moving average. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this little pink line here with the dots, I usually mark at a previous day high and previous day low. And so we actually bounced off of the previous day high, I'm pretty sure this is, which is extremely bullish as well. Bounced very hard off of the 5-day moving average with this really aggressive trap. This triggered in a bunch of shorts wanting to take this down because we've been kind of bearish. Off a pretty clean level, 21,550, call it. Clean bounce, you can't make it up. and up over 120 points since that bounce. Since 10:32, it's now 12:20. So 2 hours of just straight ripping sellers face off. Anyone that's been shorting this is now trapped. Look at how this is playing out. You can't make this up. Big shout out to Spy Day Trading. Spy Day Trading on YouTube. Eric, he is a legend. I'm not going to say any more about him right now, other than that you just need to go watch his videos. And I would say, I've learned truly about true trading in live markets. I've learned a lot about him, and the only time I genuinely lose money is when I go astray and start going with Mike's plan, and just what I think, and just start doing random things. Whenever I do opposite of what he says, I lose money. And he doesn't teach you, how to get in or out of the trades. He doesn't teach you signals. He truly teaches you how to trade like a professional trader, like an institutional trader. And, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, and we can be given the roadmap, the path, the instruction, can lay it out for you. It can show you how to do it. But if you don't truly stick to, what you're learning, the concepts that you're learning, and everything that he teaches, then you're really just doing yourself a disservice. And, you're not actually being a student of him and his hard work and the proof of concepts that he's been preaching for so long. So anyway, I'm going to cut this video off here. Like I said, this is the first time I've recorded. Hopefully that this made a little bit of sense, and looking forward to uploading some more of this stuff and bringing you along with my journey. So like I said, I'm getting my live account up and going again. Took a break, been paper trading, just getting some confidence back. I think just in the last week and a half or something, I'm up like $3,000. Just been kind of, I call it recreationally trading, stepping in, finding a setup, taking something, trying to scalp 10 points, 20 points, more if we get continuation with something. But genuinely just taking like the discipline to actually take time out and practice, which is what I really haven't been doing. And so I want to really focus more on big setups. When I say big, just like so easy that, like you have to take them. I'm not trying to get 100 points. I'm really trying to score 10 to 40 with good size and a good setup that is very stress-free. And when I mean stress-free, knowing that I can hold 3 or 4 contracts, mini contracts, and not like stress, not be trading this, truly waiting for continuation on a bullish trend, finding some traps where I could actually define a real out, right? If I could identify this trap here that failed, this second trap, and if I could be fast enough to identify this was a low of 570. Now I actually have a place to put a stop, which is at about 20 points here, 570 to 550. I'm going for 10 to 20 points, and yes, I'd like to have a stop of 10, but sometimes with volatility and just the way things move, you have to have them where they need to be. If you have anything beneath this into here, you're probably going to get taken out, like on any other day. Let's be real. But if I can have this as protection down here, 20 points by 70, targeting this liquidity here, buying the dip at 70, dude, there's a ton of profits here. So you just got to find the right one and then take it. And this thing looks like it's kind of freakishly starting to play out. But again, I'm learning just to visualize what the setup looks like before taking it. There's a lot of times that I would front run this because of just these angles and the things that I'm seeing here. And this right here, if you're not like an algorithm trader, then you're probably like, this guy's an idiot. But let's be honest, the market is ran off of algorithms. I'd identified this, shallower pullback, higher high off some good buying. Like I said, 5-day moving average. I'm expecting some sort of continuation, off of a pattern like this. And again, known level here, known resistance level. What was I saying here when I got out here? I'm like, yeah, we're probably going to target 680, but we're at a known resistance level near the top of this algo. I don't want to have to wait for this thing. Look how many people got triggered into this long because they thought it was going to break higher. And now they're stopped out. Unless their stop's wider than 20 points, 80 to 60. If your stop's wider than 20 points, I hope you have a big account. But not a very safe long up here. This is where people like me, I say me because I was in the right position, where people like me are looking to use these guys to sell into, right? There's big resistance here. 1, 2, 3 resistances. So we're getting into these known levels. Sure, I could have waited to 90, but I mean, it's just a known resistance level. I'm actually going to front run the sell. And sure, I'll leave some points on the table, right? I sold at 56, ended up going to 76. So I left 20 points on the table. But this is never really a guarantee. And if you're in a long trade like this and you see a strong candle like this, dude, just sell into it. Use the slippage. Use everything about the liquidity in this candle in your favor to get out for a good price. In majority of the time, after a candle like this, in kind of a no man's land, you're going to get that pullback. If you're a true buyer and this is going to be going up, you're going to want it to pull back. You don't want to be buying up here, being left hang to dry. Coming back into this 650 level. But what are we doing after this aggressive selling that makes you want to jump into it? Well, we're getting bought right back up, right? A known resistance level, especially now that we've broken above this into this liquidity level 680. You got to be taking profits. Targeting 21,694 or 21,700 is runners only. If I had taken this trade here with 2 contracts, I could have taken off at 10 points plus 10 points, locked in $200, and then rode the rest of the wave up. Hoping, right? Always hope after you protect. That's what Eric teaches us. Hope after you protect. And when we mean protect the trade. If you're in profit, if you took the trade at 640 and you got to 650, 10 points, just take some profit off. Book some profits, right? Pay yourself for your time, for waiting, for your patience. Take a contract off, right? So say you bought it for 640, you take a contract off at 650, you lock in $200. Continues 660, so you lock in 20 points. That's 400 plus the 2, that's $600. Just waiting for, a very easy setup with the trend and being out, checking out for the day. Maybe this continues to go. Maybe it goes to 700. And all of a sudden you had that runner from 640 all the way to 700. And now you just made 60 points. And you just made a lot of money, over $1,000, right? It's overall bullish trend. If you bought 40, well, where's your stop at? At 30? It's your stop loss is not even being tickled, so that's why you can hope after you protect out of this trade. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching if you're still watching. This is Mikey Trades, looking long on Tuesday, February 4th. And looking forward to growing this channel, studying, using it to study, and hopefully being a resource where other people could learn as well along the way. So I'm going to share the dubs, the L's, everything that comes in between, using this really just as a form of accountability I find that I'll do less stupid shit when I'm on stream or I'm being recorded or I'm actually recording my progress, as if Eric, is sitting over my shoulder, or my risk manager on the trading floor is sitting over my shoulder. In this business, you have ultimate freedom, and sometimes we could be our own worst enemy. So if I could document what I'm doing, I can learn even more than I already do from the things that I do to continue to learn and progress on just what I do. So thank you. Appreciate you stopping in. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. Thanks. Just kidding.